What is up, party people? Welcome to a Tequila Tuesday episode. This is our weekly football show. It's just me and Tyler this week. Haley's not here. She's dealing with some stuff. So we're gonna run through all the NFL things, give you a quick recap on our fantasy football stuff, and then talk about some college football. And we'll be back with our normal show on Saturday. So yeah, that's all we got going for you. But as far as fantasy football stuff, I finally fucking won a game. Finally.
Yeah,
Finally.
it's
I
about
beat
time.
Danny. I know. Thank God. Haley is officially in last place. RIP to Haley. Steve beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, it was it was bad. It was really bad for her. I think she had I can't remember who it was, but somebody got like 0.6 points on our team. It's like I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh man, especially because we're all so anti-Steve. And she was like, no, like my comeback story is going to be against Steve. And he kicked her fucking ass.
Yeah, I don't know if Steve's just gotten lucky or if he knows what he's doing, but
Him and Jason are both tied for first, which is crazy because we were all shitting on Jason during the draft. We were like, oh my God, you didn't know that Jonathan Taylor was on the pup list, like whatever. And now him and Steve are like tied for first.
yeah.
Your
I'm
cats were
still
sad.
cats were sad, yeah. Oh, bad week. Bad week. I don't even remember. I'm not a huge fantasy football guy, like I keep saying. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm shocked I'm doing decently well, that I'm not in last place. I'm usually in last
You
place
and
by this
Will
point.
tied for 3 and 4. That's
Yeah,
good.
I'm still convinced he is going to win the league.
Me too.
So he'll come
Me
back.
too. Yeah, somehow. Okay, cool. So that's our SNS Fantasy Football League update. I suck. I suck so bad. I don't even know who I play next. But we are recording on Monday night. We are getting ready for Giants Seahawks. It's Monday night countdown right now. But we're gonna recap last week's games other than this one, starting with the Lions and the Packers, because Tyler's our resident Lions fan, and that was Thursday night. I feel so bad for Jordan Love, I gotta say.
Oh, he was exposed big time.
How sad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
happy. I'm happy about it, but
yeah.
as a Lion, I'm very happy about it. We played really well, I thought. A very good win for us. I was thinking about the game. Thursday feels so long ago.
It does.
I hate Thursday games because I had
Why do you hate
nothing to
their
do.
why?
I had nothing to do on Sunday. I just didn't know what to do with myself.
I always kind of like that feeling because you can just enjoy the games, no stress. Like it's already over, it's already done. You celebrated, you cried, whatever. I kind of like when it's like stress free. I don't mind when the Jags are at 9:30 because I just got to enjoy the rest of the games instead of pacing around all day.
Yeah, I guess 9:30 I don't think I hate, but I don't know. I just feel like playing on Thursday, I just left out of all the fun on Sunday. While everybody else
So
is invested in all their games, I'm just kind of there in the
I
corner.
gotta say, I'm gonna call you out for a sec. You have dubbed yourself being the most right person about this draft.
Yeah.
And I know that it was kind of a question about Jahmyr Gibbs for a minute and the Lions taking him so early. What the fuck is going on? Why would they draft him there
Yeah, I mean,
and
I've
not
always
use
been
him?
relatively critical of the Jahmyr Gibbs pick. I don't think he was really worthy of that, but I don't know. I hate to go against Dan because he's usually right about these things, but it's been very slow working him into the rotation. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it's just because David Montgomery's exceeding expectations
Well, that was my next
because he
question.
had a
It
really
was
good game
is
on
I
Thursday.
know. Yeah, I have that in our notes. That was my next question is it that he's there he's just playing too well that they can't play him? Because sure, he's having a great season so far. He's exceeding expectations. But when you draft a rookie that high, I feel like you want to give him touches. And I mean, he's getting a couple here and there, but
Yeah, and the
not
touches he's gotten, I think he's looked solid too. But yeah, I think it's kind of just David Montgomery is kind of doing more than we anticipated he would, and carrying more of a load than we thought he was going to. And that's fine. I think I'm happy with the way our running backs look right now. And God forbid something does happen to David. I'm happy with the depth we have there.
I have to say, if the Lions don't win this division now, that franchise is cursed
Yeah,
beyond repair.
the division does kind of look to be a bit of a shit show underneath of Detroit. Um, I don't know. It could.
Cursed beyond repair.
I'm worried about, yeah, because we are kind of cursed. So I don't want to say we're certainly going to win, but nervous.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
No,
Um, yeah, I mean, I don't. There's no way that you guys can lose the division. Like
you would
it's starting out
think,
like this, and
but
every Jared Goff is having a
Jared
great season.
Goff looks hot. The defense, it looks like so
The
legit.
defense looks
Aiden
legit for
Hutchinson
sure.
is one of the best defensive players in the country, I think.
Oh, 100%, not even a question.
But the Lions, sad cats are gonna sad cat sometimes,
I
Kendra.
know, I
As you
know. That's
know,
my thing. I know. I'm waiting for it.
the
That's
sad
the thing.
cats are
Is I'm
gonna
like,
sad cat.
they cannot lose the division or holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
But you know it's coming. You
I
know
know
it's coming.
something's coming. I know something's
That's
coming.
dude, that was me with the fucking Texans, and I didn't. We'll talk. We'll get into the Jags game right here. First of all, before I start bitching, what were your thoughts about the Toy Story situation? I couldn't watch it because as a fan, I'm like, I cannot watch my team be made into fucking Toy Story characters when my mental health for the rest of the week is like riding on this. Like, that's no, ain't no shot.
So the beginning of it, they were working through some kinks. The whole like first quarter was kind of like them figuring it out, and there were a lot of glitches, a lot of technical things going on. But as the game went on, wasn't that bad. I think my buddy texted me this today, saying that if
Are you?
there
I'm
were
gonna pause
no
you for 2 seconds. Are you watching this
no, I forgot to
ESPN
turn my
preview?
TV on, and I don't know where my
Dude,
remote is.
RG3 is in a hot pink suit and it is
Oh,
incredible.
let's
Anyways,
go.
sorry.
But yeah, he texted me saying that if there were no real life NFL game going on and this was your only way to consume football, I think we could do it. I think I'd be okay with it.
Okay. I
It's
don't think
not the
I would
best,
be.
not the worst though. I think the player tracking system, however they managed to do that, the like technical side of it, I'm very interested in how that happened. But because when it worked really well.
I'm literally tweeting RG3 right now about this suit, by the way.
I need to pull it
It's
up.
incredible.
Is it like hot pink?
Yes.
Interesting. He hasn't tweeted yet.
It's insane. It's so cool. I need you to see it. I saw all the like Twitter clips and Instagram clips of the Toy Story stuff. If I had to watch football like that, I don't think I would ever watch football ever again. I get how it helps kids learn the game, whatever. I fucking hated how it
It
looked.
was pretty cool though, I thought. The funniest part about it though is the commentators, Booger McFarland and whoever he was on the call with, I forget his name. Um, they were calling such a serious game. And every now and then they were just like, oh, and that'll be a sack and it'll be third down and 15. And then, oh, Zerg is here casually.
I loved the tweet that was like, Roger Goodell showed up to this game in London and it's just a picture of Zerg.
Yeah. The memes were great. They're
The
probably the
memes.
best part.
I'm so glad the Jags won because if they didn't, my mental health could not have handled that.
Yeah,
The
all
internet would have clowned
the
us.
memes on Toy Story. Yeah.
Okay. My rant about the Jags. Was this a win? Yes. Am I going to celebrate the win? Yes. But this looked so much better on paper than it actually did to watch score wise, box score wise, whatever. Like it was ugly. And I am still once again shook at the lack of production at receiver at times. Also, Bijan Robinson, if he can stay healthy, like he's fucking incredible.
Oh yeah. He's so good.
Also,
He's so good at
yeah,
football. One of the best. Yeah, I think he's easily my rookie of the year. But
Him and CJ Stroud right
CJ's
now.
doing really good, but I think he's still my rookie of the year. My personal Tyler Jackson award right now, I'm giving it to Bijan.
The thing that impresses me the most about him is honestly just his load management. Like
Mm-hmm.
he is a fucking workhorse, dude. He's in
Yeah,
there pretty much every down, every play, every snap. Like I
like you don't see
hardly
that
ever
very often these days.
know.
Oh,
And to be honest, I think that had they started Taylor Heineke on Sunday, they would have beat us.
I don't know about that because
I
I am a
wholeheartedly
Taylor
think that.
I am a noted Taylor Heineke hater, but
I'm not.
I can't stand him. But I'm
Why?
very anti-Washington, so we
Hmm.
have history, me and Washington.
I also think that the elephant in the room is Jamal Agnew at the moment. He wasn't there this weekend. He's got turnover problems. I know he's injured, whatever. But the fact that they also put Christian Kirk back there to return kicks is fucking idiotic to me. First of all, we're paying that man a lot of money.
Mhm.
Second of all, we're short on receivers already. Third of all, why not put like fucking Tank back there or something? Why? I don't I think they eventually switched him out, but that was insane to me for a minute.
Mhm.
And the fall from grace that Calvin Ridley has had from week 1 has been insane. He had so few targets this week.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
still
he had a
scored a
touchdown.
touchdown, didn't he?
He still
Yeah.
tore, yeah, I was gonna say he still had a touchdown, but goddamn, I think he had like 2 targets and a touchdown. Like what?
You know, that could just be a case of, yeah, he had a really good week one, but he's still probably working off some rust from missing an entire year. It might just take him a little bit to like really get back to where he was before the
I don't
suspension.
know. He looked so good in training camp, so good in the preseason, and his footwork is great, and he's fast, and he gets open, and whatever. But the drops have been just
Yeah.
crazy. And he didn't like he looked fine this week, but he didn't have enough targets to look bad.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always, maybe it's just, I'm just thinking of him and ETN. Jaguars ball catchers, they like to drop the ball.
Always, I feel like they're always leading the league in dropped passes,
Yeah.
which they are right now.
Are they?
I think so. They were last
It
week. I
wouldn't
don't know
shock
about
me,
right
but
now.
I just feel like whenever I watch the Jags, I just pick up on more dropped balls than any other team I watch.
Insane. Yeah, it's because usually that's the case. And thank God we're getting Cam Robinson back for the Bills game.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no
But
rust there.
that's my fear, dude. I literally I can't handle it, especially because we'll talk about the Bills and the Dolphins here, but the Bills are getting Von Miller back at practice this week and he'll
Mhm.
be eligible to play, and that scares the fucking shit out of me. Thank God this is the week that Cam Robinson's coming back. I mean,
Yeah.
holy fucking Jesus Christ.
Hmm. Yeah, it worked
The
out nicely.
The Bills look so fucking good, dude. They mollywopped the Dolphins 48-20. And for me, I have this in our notes, but I don't know if it was a Bills like perfect Bills get right game against the team that everyone thought was up there with the 49ers, or if the Dolphins had just been playing their best football prior. I just don't know.
I think personally it was a little bit of both. I think the Bills are kind of getting back to the level they should have been playing at all season, and the Dolphins are kind of, they played out of their minds against Denver, um, and now they're kind of just finding their level a little bit. I still think
You
they're
know,
both really good teams, probably two of the best teams in the league. But
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Bills offense finally got their shit together, which was
yeah,
what needed to happen. But the thing that impressed me about the Bills the most was honestly the patience of their defense.
mhm,
When you play a team that is as fast as the Dolphins are, constantly in motion like the Dolphins are, and you're able to sit there, not panic, not get stupid penalties, and sit there and play your game of football and wait for the play to come to you to make.
mhm,
That's impressive to me because it's not often that when a team is as lights out fast, just speed all the time, you never know what you're going to get because someone's always in motion.
mhm,
I like that's what impressed me about the Bills the most was just their ability to be patient
mhm,
and make big plays in important times and not get stupid penalties.
mhm. Yeah.
Um So I mean the Jags obviously play the Bills next, and then the Dolphins are home versus the Giants. And the Giants are still a team we don't really understand like what their identity is. We're
I
probably
have
gonna learn
no
a little
clue
bit.
about them. Yeah.
Yeah, me either. And we'll learn more about them tonight in this game. Obviously, it's just we don't have as much info on them as other teams. I think I'm not touching the Bills Jags game this week. It's too. The Jags always play well in London. The Jags play really well against Josh Allen's Bills
Oh, they're
team.
still in London. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I would touch that game from a gambling perspective either.
No,
Just
because the
probably
Bills
because it's London.
that's my point. The
Personally,
Bills
yeah.
should win this game, but the fact that they're the London Jaguars, I'm like, I'm not doing any.
Hmm.
Nah,
Yeah.
ain't no
It's not
way.
on. It's not on Disney again, is it?
I fucking hope not.
I kind of hope it is.
Tyler,
Maybe we should just move the Jaguars permanently to Andy's room.
if it were more like the Nickelodeon games, I would like it.
If it were, yeah, like a
I like the
VR
Nick
instead of a
games.
fully
Yeah.
animated, yeah,
Yeah, I
or
like when it's
augmented
like,
reality, not virtual
yes,
reality. Yeah,
yes. That's what I
yeah.
like.
I don't know. I thought the Nickelodeon games were dumb.
Like,
Personally,
if
I wasn't a
if
fan of them.
no, I love them. If
I
the Toy
wasn't.
Story games were the Broncos Bears game, I would have liked that way more.
That would have been a chaotic game if it
That
was
would have
on Toy
been
Story.
so fucking fun.
I kind
Could
of
you
agree.
imagine?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of
like
agree.
those two teams are terrible.
Yeah.
And you could oh my gosh, you could have had freaking Justin Fields as Buzz and Russell Wilson as Woody. I can't think of anything more fitting.
Mm.
That hits different.
Yeah, that one would be pretty good. But
Yeah,
also, if that would have been the game, we would never see another Toy Story game again.
it's true.
Yeah.
So my only comment on this game, and it's not even a comment, it's a question. Where do you think the Bears go from here with the Justin Fields situation?
Justin actually had a solid game.
I know,
Statistically,
but
he
they're
actually did have a
not
solid game.
winning.
They're not winning. And I have to think that the Bears play out the rest of the season and probably internally hoping they lose all the games, hoping the Panthers lose all the games as well because they have their pick too.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn. I mean,
and
that's
probably
so
get rid
far
of
it's going
what's
okay.
his name, Eberflus.
Yeah, I'm not Eberflus.
Probably get rid of him at the end of the season and probably look at Jim Harbaugh, my boy. If I
Do you
had to
think that that's
guess,
a real possibility?
very real possibility. He was on record years ago saying his dream job is the Chicago Bears job.
Ooh,
Um,
how would you feel about that? Because obviously
hey,
You're a Michigan man, but you're a Lions fan.
listen. If he were to win me a national championship and leave on top, do what you want, Jim. Do what you want,
Hmm.
or win me a playoff game at least before you leave. That's all that you haven't won me a
before the
playoff game.
before the
Yeah.
CFP expands.
You haven't won me a playoff game yet. If you can win me a playoff game, I will not be the most upset. If you win me the national championship, you're free to do whatever you want, and I will support him if he wins me the
Well,
national
that's
championship in
you know,
this year and goes to the Bears. I'll support him.
we got in a little bit of a spat at the beginning of the college football season because I said on record that if he didn't win a title at Michigan this year, he should be on the hot seat because this is the easiest it's ever gonna fucking get. He has a really senior heavy, junior heavy team right now. They're a lot older than a lot of other teams. Their schedule is so easy. This is the year that he has to do it, and it's not going to be any other time.
Yeah, no,
So
and I don't
I
disagree
I
with
don't
that sentiment,
know.
but
I think either way, you could maybe see him in Chicago if that's really his dream job then, because I think his seat might get a little warm if that job's available and they're talking to him. I don't know. Either way, it could be a thing.
no, I just don't buy into the notion that winning 11 games and not winning the national championship will end you on the hot seat. But I do think he will flirt with the NFL again this offseason, regardless of what happens. He's done it every year. But Yeah, no, this could be the year we lose him officially,
In the arms
and
of
that's fine.
the
I'm fine with that. We've had tremendous success with him the past few years, and we'd welcome him back one day.
All right.
Yeah.
Um, Next game, just quickly running through the Ravens and the Browns. No Deshaun. I was really hoping that Dorian Thompson Robinson would kind of ball out a little bit.
What a game that kid had.
What a
Wild game,
fucking terrible game this was,
but
dude.
fun to watch.
And the Ravens are hurt. That's the thing.
Ravens, I severely underestimated the Ravens this year. I
I
always
did not.
do. I never
I did
believe in the
not.
Ravens. I never
I
believe in the
called
Ravens,
this.
but especially with how bad Cincinnati looks, that looks like their division to lose.
I called it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Fuck Deshaun Watson. I'm fine that he's hurt. I wish Dorian Thompson Robinson got, a better game than he did for that reason. I am sad. What is going on with Zay Flowers? Like, Odell's not there. Throw him the fucking ball.
I don't know. Are they throwing the ball much? I didn't catch
No,
this
they're not.
game.
That's the issue.
Yeah, I feel like they're a pretty run heavy offense, even if it stays in
Mark
Lamar's hands.
Andrews. Mark Andrews was the
Mark
big receiver this
Andrews,
game.
yeah, I mean, thank you for the fantasy points, my friend. I've got him in one. I can't remember
True.
if it's the Seltzers league or if it's one of my other leagues, but I've got him in one of them.
Yeah, I'm rocking heavy with Ravens flock this season, but I have been since the start,
What
so
do you
I'm
think
an
their
OG.
ceiling is? Could they win the Super Bowl?
Oh,
In your opinion, right now, on the
if they got
spot?
a little healthier and they need a little bit of luck, and they gotta have to get their guys healthy that are out right now, and Odell would have to ball out. But I don't. I mean, that's the thing. If you're gonna win a Super Bowl, it's gonna be lucky. It doesn't matter how it is. It's got to be
Yeah,
lucky. The
definitely.
AFC has definitely had a sprinkle of luck for a couple of teams so far this year, especially the fact that the Bengals fucking blow.
Yeah, what's up with that? Were we talking about
That's
them next?
Yeah, we're talking about them next.
You want to just go into that?
Yeah, but I don't see. I mean, maybe
Maybe. Yeah.
they'd have to play some old school like Big Ten type of fucking football. Keep it low
Mhm.
scoring. Your defense has to do well. You got to run the
Run
ball
the
a
ball
lot,
down your throat. Yeah.
and you got to
And they
hope for a
could do
lot of
that, but
snow in the Northeast, dude. That's pretty much it.
yeah.
You got to pray for a lot of snow games for real though, like fucking for real. Um, but Bengals Titans. I've never wanted the Bengals to win so bad. I fucking hate the Titans, obviously. They needed a get right game. We're big Joey B fans. The drama that came out of that locker room after that game. I don't know if you saw Jamar Chase and his like
Yeah,
I'm
I saw
open
that.
statement.
Yeah.
Damn. The drama. Like Jamar
There's
wants the ball.
yeah, and
Ah, God.
Joey just can't get it to him.
No,
I don't know
I
if it's
think that
because he's hurt or if it's because
he
he's
is.
something he got the yips or something. I don't know.
No, he's hurt. That's the word around town, and this injury
Yeah.
is a lot fucking worse than people thought it
So
was
why are they
originally.
playing him this early?
Because I don't know, because it's a calf, probably. He just can't launch it because he can't use that leg.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because I think this Bengals team, talent wise, is really good.
Oh my God, they
But
were so many people's Super Bowl favorite.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they were one of Vegas' Super Bowl favorites.
Total. Oh my God, yeah, 100%. And Joe Burrow just got that big contract, and their
Hmm.
receivers are, a top receiving tandem in the league. And this is the biggest disappointment of a team for me this season.
Yeah,
Everybody was like, the Bengals, if they get lucky, can fucking do the damn thing. And holy shit, there is a monkey on their back that they just cannot get off.
yeah, totally. They are the saddest cats in the NFL currently, I think. Maybe
No, oh my
Carolina,
God.
you could argue, but
And do I think that the Titans are as good as they played yesterday? No, but I sure as shit don't want to play that Titans team right now in the division. Are you fucking kidding me? Hell no.
no. That touchdown Derrick Henry threw for was pretty sick. I got
Crazy.
to admit.
Crazy.
Um,
And he plays so well against the Jags, it's unreal. Always has.
uh-huh. Okay, when is that game?
Couple weeks. It's a
A
ways
few
away, I
weeks.
think. Yeah.
The one thing, my biggest takeaway from this game, I didn't actually watch it. Um, the way Tennessee sports radio fans the way they flip their opinion on a dime is So impressive. Last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever they had lost in like dramatic fashion, they were calling for everyone's job. They were calling for Ryan Tannehill to get traded and put in Malik Willis and all this stuff. And now they're
Malik
like,
Willis,
oh, Super
baby.
Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. They're crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Like, actually crazy. There's not a fucking shit shot in hell. Not one of your quarterbacks could win you a Super Bowl, dude.
No,
No.
none of them could.
God, that's delusional as shit.
They're so the most maybe it's just because I live here and I'm paying attention. I don't know how your Boston radio is up there,
Oh
but the
my God,
most
the world's
delusional
on
fan base
fucking
I've ever heard.
fire right now after yesterday.
I bet. I do
Dude,
bet.
okay. We can talk about the other 1 o'clock games. I cannot believe the Commanders almost beat the fucking Eagles. I was high on the
That was
Commanders and
crazy.
Sam Howell,
Yeah, good for Sam
but
Howell. I don't really have an opinion on it, but good for Sam
I
Howell.
love Sam Howell. But holy shit, the Eagles might be the worst 4-0 team of all time.
Wow.
That's not real. I'm totally kidding. That's not real. I don't mean that.
It's good for a
But
clip. I could edit.
but holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but what an off day for them, I guess. And that's kind
Jalen,
of
I
what
mean,
I'm
it's
chalking it
not.
up
They've been
to.
no, that's not true. They've played this way all season. This is who they are. They have not played any super tough games, and they've barely squeaked out with wins. And I love the Eagles. I think that they were my Super Bowl favorite heading into the year. But they do not look like a Super Bowl caliber team right now. Something's up with Jalen Hurts. The only thing that they have going for them is their defensive line at times. And I mean, Jalen Carter's looks great, and so is DeAndre Swift. But this is not a Super Bowl caliber team right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It does remind me of like maybe they're just the Ohio State of the NFL. They had a really slow start. They just need their Notre Dame game.
Maybe
They need their
that's not a
Notre
bad
Dame
take.
game.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah.
They'll get it.
I'm not panicking on the Eagles yet.
No,
They
I'm not
haven't looked
panicking
great,
on
but I'm
them.
not panicking on them
I'm
yet.
not panicking on them either. I'm just saying they have looked very beatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely
And
have.
that shows weakness. And the fact that Jalen Hurts hasn't bounced out of whatever funk he's in is really geeking me out a little bit.
Yeah. How do you feel about the tush push?
I love it.
Yeah.
People are
You pro
bitching
tush
about
push? People hate the tush push.
people hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, I think it's if you can't stop it, might as well run it every
They're
play.
calling it the brotherly shove, and
The
I love
brotherly
that.
shove. I prefer tush push, personally.
I think I prefer brotherly shove.
It's too much of a mouthful. I could just like throw out tush push.
That just sounds
It sounds like push push, like F1.
no.
But
Mm-mm.
mhm.
I'm not.
I like tush
I'm not
push. I'm
vibing.
team tush push.
Last 1 o'clock game statement. The Texans, and I said this too. I was super high on the Texans. They're
So was
pretty
I.
good.
Haley was the one that wasn't high on the Texans.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I like what they're doing down there.
Speaking of Haley, I wish that she was here because
Yeah.
I need her Patriots reactions right now.
So the message she sent me with was "fuck Mac Jones," and in quote. That's all she gave me was "fuck Mac Jones." Yeah.
Okay, so I have some. This dog needs to get off me. It's making me sweaty. Before I get into my reasons why, I just need to say that it is time for the Patriots to blow this shit up.
Mhm.
Blow it up. After the Judon injury and the Christian Gonzalez injury and the benching of Mac Jones, blow this shit the fuck up. My question is now, are they either going to stick with Mac or are they going to throw Will Grier out there? Because it's not going to be Bailey Zappi. You're not going to put him on waivers and not. No, that's not going to happen. It's got to be Will Grier. It's either going to be Will Grier or it's going to be Mac. And I really, at this point, don't know where Bill's head is at because last night in his press conference, he was saying that he put Mac on the bench because he thought it was like, I don't know if he was referring to his safety or his mental health or what have you, but that's why he benched Mac and put Zappy out there. And Zappy didn't look great. He had a
No.
couple okay throws, but he didn't have this, earn the starting spot job. I think Will Greer, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know why they didn't have Will Greer on this active roster to begin with, because he was with the Cowboys before he got traded a couple of times. So if anybody's going to go out there, I don't know why you don't have Will Greer as your backup in this situation, just in fucking case. Okay. And I've been very anti Mac Jones this entire time. I have hated him since he came into the NFL, okay? Personal reasons aside, I just think he's a bad quarterback, and that showed yesterday. And I just don't know how after you bench him like that, you go back to him with any sort of confidence. Like once you do that after what happened last season, there's no coming back from it, okay? You can't. So what do you do? Do you try and trade him? I have no fucking idea where this goes from here, but you got to blow it up. This Judon injury, a bicep tear, that's a long time.
That hurts.
Depending what comes out with Christian Gonzalez's, dislocated shoulder situation, that's also an issue. We don't know what's going on with both of the Jones. The only other option that you have is if you trade Mac Jones or you trade for another quarterback to try. But at this point with the injuries, I think that that's stupid. And the only people that I can even consider them trading for, Sam Darnold. I don't think that the Vikings are going to give you Kirk Cousins.
It's going to
Kirk
cost them.
Cousins. Exactly. It's
Definitely
going to
going to
cost
cost.
you a lot,
But I don't
and
think
you
it
can't
is though.
afford it.
I think they
Or
could get him
Kyler Murray.
for. I think they could get Kirk for like a fourth.
I was with my friend Ryan yesterday, friend of the show. He's in our SNS league, probably listening to this. And he was like, do you think that the Patriots look better right now with Bill Belichick and Mac Jones as the head quarterback and head coach? Or with Kyler as your QB1 and Gerard Mayo as your head coach? And I honestly think that they're a better team with Kyler and Gerard. And I don't fucking hate that. I know you can't do it in the middle of the season. I know that Robert Kraft wants the Shula win record, whatever. But your team looks hell of a lot different if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know. I am personally not convinced that Bill O'Brien is not an issue either. I think he's a massive part of the
He
problem.
killed the run game, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah, I think Bill O'Brien's not helping anybody in this situation. I think the move is I said it last week, 2 weeks ago, however many times. Kirk Cousins would be my move. I think you could get him cheaper. He hasn't played amazingly this year in Minnesota. He's in a contract year. I think you could get him relatively
His
cheap.
cap's 10 million and they've got the money.
Yeah, they have plenty of money.
But
I think he's
your quarterback doesn't fix your shitty receivers, but it does make your
no,
shitty
but
receivers a little bit better.
and it also shows that you're trying to do something. You're trying to make a change. The way they're doing it right now is like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's just kind of what they're doing with Mac Jones.
I think at this point you got to ask Robert Kraft how much he's willing to open up his pockets for that Shula win record, and that's the only
Yeah.
question that you have right now. Do you blow it up, or do you chase that record, and how much are you willing to spend to do so? Like that's your only question that you have here. Outside of that, that's fucking it.
Yeah. It doesn't look very promising.
Um, Speaking of the Kyler thing, I only say that because I think that as I know the Cardinals lost yesterday. I know they're 1-3, but they very easily should be 3-1. They're a
Oh
frisky
yeah.
team. They're way better than their record says. They're gonna upset some people this year. They almost already have. And I don't think that you could take that job away from Josh Dobbs right now. I just don't
No,
think you
I don't
can.
think so either. I think Josh Dobbs
So
has kind of earned that spot, and Kyler, they've had their issues in the past.
he's little. I'm not a huge Kyler fan. I
Yeah.
think he's making too much money as well, but like he has capital. He is worth something. And teams
I
are starting to
guess.
figure out that they need somebody right now if they're going to make a decent, run out of their season. His contract is insane. I get it, but what are you going to do? Bench him for Josh Dobbs with that contract burning a hole in your fucking pocket? Like, that's a huge decision that I want no part of.
Yeah, I don't know what they do with Kyler, to be honest with you, because I'm not a Kyler believer. I don't
I'm not
know if I really
either.
ever have been.
He's too little.
But I don't know what they do with him. Do they trade him? I don't know.
I think that there's some teams that might get desperate enough to take that out, to take that contract off your hands at some point.
Yeah.
And speaking of, a team that I thought might make a move who got really lucky last night. The last game that we'll talk about in the NFL was the Chiefs-Jets game. What a fucking game this was. Did you watch this?
I caught the end of it after work. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I'll tell you what, I've ragged on Zach Wilson quite a bit, like everyone in the media, but he gained a fan in me last night.
Yeah,
He really did.
he played well, all things
He
considered.
he balled out. He totally deserved that Chiefs upset, dude, and he got fucked. And I think it's
Mhm.
because his receivers did not believe in him, dude. They did not do him any favors. He was like, don't get me wrong, he's Zach Wilson. Did he have a perfect night? No, but he showed promise. He showed progress. He showed effort last night. And his receivers let him down in some big moments when he had good balls to them. And they absolutely could have beat that Chiefs team.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think his receivers knew that. And that's why they went and, really poured their heart and soul into him after the game when he was crying on the sidelines. And you know what? That kid played his balls off last night, dude. And I
Mhm.
hope that he just continues to get better for them and maybe can turn this AFC East shit show, maybe get a wild card spot. Like that kid has been through the fucking ringer. And for him to go out there and have a game like he did last night with all of his haters and all of his doubters and his receivers not doing him any favors, like he earned a fan in me last night. Like that kid's resilient as hell. And I'm a fucking Zach Wilson fan now.
Yeah, I'm not. He's not the best quarterback in the world, but
He's not, but he's a good kid.
He does remind me a lot of Jared Goff when he was going through his phase in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he'll turn it around. I don't know if he'll be, I think he could benefit from a change of scenery, not being in New
Me
York.
too. Me
I
too.
don't know if that'll work the way it worked for Jared Goff, but um, it's really sad seeing him on the sideline last night.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just
I don't
like the
think
lip, did you see the clip of them like reading his lips and saying that he blew the game or whatever? I don't remember the
yeah.
exact quote, but it's just sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that he's like an super crazy like sleeper option to, come back or whatever. But he did earn a fan
Yeah.
in me as a human being last night. I
Mhm.
applaud him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, any other
Oh,
thoughts?
did you want to say something about Taylor?
Oh yeah, shut the fuck up about Taylor Swift. I'm so over this shit. The fact that the broadcast couldn't go more than 30 seconds without bringing her up last night, I'm like,
Dude,
all right,
every
it's
5 minutes they cut to her. They had like
it's
four
so
different like packages for her. Like it's just crazy how and I'm a Taylor fan to an extent.
it's
I'm not
so
a Taylor
annoying.
hater, but the way they're shoving her down everyone's throat is just incredible.
It's got it. I can't do it anymore. It's the most fucking annoying thing that's ever happened to me, and I need everybody to shut up. I need everybody to stop talking about it. Shut up.
And do you think that the Chiefs struggled a little bit last night because Taylor's in their head?
No, I think the Chiefs haven't been. I think the Chiefs have overperformed a little bit. I think
Mhm.
they've gotten lucky. I don't think their receivers are great. I think
Definitely not what
Patrick
they
Mahomes.
were a year or
No,
two ago. Yeah.
yeah, Patrick Mahomes is a dog, and their defense balls out. But I expected a little bit of regression from them this season, and the
Mhm.
fact that the Jets are hungry, they have a good defense. Zach Wilson outkicked his coverage by a fucking mile last night, and all of maybe the Taylor Swift stuff a little bit, but I don't think it has like that big of a say in it just because I've been expecting a little bit of Chiefs regression just
Mhm.
because of the
Mhm.
lack of receivers this year.
Okay, fair. Fair.
Um, who are your winners and losers this week?
So my winner, I kind of mentioned it up there. The Bills, they're my winner. I think this was a great win for them to kind of, and Josh Allen especially. I think he kind of
Yeah,
struggled start of the season, really bounced back, and had a good showing against a really good Dolphins team.
yeah, okay. My winner is Zach Wilson, and my loser is the Patriots. Very
Mm,
obvious. Very
of course,
obvious.
yeah, my loser's the Bears. Because even when they had this super successful night for Justin Fields, they didn't win. And it's still
Yeah.
kind of chaos and nobody trusts anybody in that organization. Oh, and how
Fuck
about that
Sean
Chase
Payton, by the
Claypool
way.
drama, by the way? I forgot to bring that
Oh
up.
yeah,
Did you hear
the
about
Chase
that?
Clay. Yeah,
Chase
the Chase
Claypool
Claypool.
stuff's so interesting.
Everything going on with them right now is
Like I
A
kind of
lot.
you don't know who's doing the mid-season Hard Knocks. Are they doing that this season?
I don't know. I
It
feel
would
like
be
we would have heard
great if
about
it
it
was
by now.
randomly the Bears. I
That
don't think
would
it
be
will be
good.
because I think they try to go after people who are like on playoff watch,
Mm,
and they're clearly not. But it would be fun if there was just a camera crew following them for all this.
that would be fun. All right, can you kick off our college football thoughts with your updated rankings?
Yeah, for sure. So not too much change from last week. I think we still got Texas at one, Georgia at two, Ohio State at three, Michigan at four. I flip flopped Florida State and Washington, even though Florida State was inactive and Washington won their game against Arizona. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of interchangeable right now. Neither team has like separated themselves from each other, I don't think. And I got Oregon at seven, Penn State at eight. Um, I moved Notre Dame up one and Alabama back into the top 10 because of USC's defense. I've been saying it all year. The
Suspect.
biggest red flag I started the season with in college football, and still one of, if not my biggest red flag right now for as far as like consensus college football playoff contenders go. They have the biggest red
Suspect for
flag, I
sure.
think.
Yeah, agree.
Alex Grinch needs to go. That's their defensive coordinator. He's uh, historically bad and is running the risk of ruining Lincoln Riley's career if he's not careful.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of do this rapid fire style. I don't have a ton of in-depth thoughts. I watched this on like the quad screen situation, so
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't get to
bouncing
watch
around
too
quite a
much
bit.
this week.
Yeah, I gotta say Utah falling finally, not that big of a shocker to me. I didn't think that they would
Mhm.
stick around there. They've had some
Especially
injury
without the
issues.
quarterback. Yeah.
Yep, their injury issues, and I think that that Florida game was like their ceiling, you know?
Yeah, to an extent, but I also, I see it in your notes too. Billy Napier is bad at coaching, especially coaching
Yes.
on the road. Jackson.
He
Um,
sleep. He
but
eepy.
yeah, I'm not surprised about Utah falling. I
No,
also really liked Oregon State this year too. I think DJ Uyangale is playing much better there than he ever did at Clemson.
100%. Yeah. And I love that for him, but
It's unfortunate
yeah,
that the Pac-12 is like historically stacked this year,
it's
but
true. I'll never believe in Billy Napier again. It's over. I'm done.
no,
Um,
he's in some hot water, I think.
Purgatory, dude. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fucked. Um, Georgia, Auburn. Georgia almost blew it, dude. And here's
Hmm.
the thing. I get that it's a rivalry game, it's an away game, whatever. You haven't played the toughest schedule and you're not going to play the toughest schedule, but thank fucking God because Auburn's not good. And
No.
I have no problem saying that. Peyton Thorne is not the answer. The
Mm-mm.
quarterback carousel that's going on, whatever. Auburn's
Robbie
not a good team.
Ashford. No.
Yes, whatever's going on at Auburn is not good. And the fact that you looked so beatable against a team that's mid as fuck like that, you're lucky that your schedule is easy. And the only thing I have to say other than that is that any team who passed on the tight end lottery that was last year, because all of these tight ends, as we predicted, are incredible, and a lot of them were so ready for the NFL just immediately.
Mhm.
But whoever skipped on a tight end last year is licking their lips at
Oh
Brock
yeah.
Bowers.
Oh my God, yeah. I think he should be a top five pick. I think I've got in my notes he should be he's a front runner for the Heisman in my book, like my personal Heisman. He won't win because he's a tight end, but he is the best. I think he's the best player in the country, Brock Bowers.
100%.
And
Yeah.
he
Oh
saved
my
them that
God.
game. Auburn, like you said, they're very bad. I'm not as harsh on Georgia about this game though, because I do think Auburn really played. They outkicked their coverage a little bit.
Totally, but
Um,
they're an ass football team. And if you are back to
but
back
they're an
national
ass
champ,
football team with a lot of talent. And I think Hugh Freeze is building the team in a good direction. They're not good this year. But they will for big games like this, for a big game at the end of the year, Iron Bowl against Auburn or against Alabama. I think that's going to
it's
be
at
another
home for
one where
Auburn.
they play out of their
100%. That's how
coverage, and they're
rivalry,
going to
that's
threaten
how
that game.
Yeah, that's how rivalry games go. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Georgia looks really beatable, and it's concerning me a bit because I mean, I'm an SEC supremacist, whatever you can call me that. It's fine.
Mhm. It was
But
also Carson Beck's first like major road start too. Um,
boo hoo.
yeah, but I'm not
Um,
sounding the alarm for Georgia just yet.
no, I'm worried though, for sure.
They're definitely beatable. There's not a team in college football, I don't think, that isn't beatable right now. Michigan and Oregon are the only ones that haven't shown it yet, but they've also kind of played nobody.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know. Michigan's schedule is so easy. That's the
It's so
thing.
easy, but they've been remarkably consistent.
Yeah.
That was really my note this year. If you look at the box scores for all their games, they haven't allowed more than a touchdown a game. I don't think. Maybe 10-1, but I think it's like 7-7-3, 3-7 or something like that. Their defense is
Yeah, I was
playing out
just
of their
gonna
mind.
Yeah,
But
I mean, my next note is that Michigan, Texas, Penn State, and Oregon gave us nothing to get excited about this week. It was cordial, it was casual, it was business as usual. Easy dubs, moving on.
yeah, Penn State, Texas, and Oregon, I do agree. Michigan, a lot of people marked Nebraska as an upset spot for them.
No,
A lot of
don't be
people did. A
ridiculous.
lot of people did. I didn't buy into it, clearly, as a Michigan fan. But they handled business, and I think they are one of my winners in college football this week because of it.
Um, Colorado game.
That was fun.
I cannot believe that they almost came back.
Yeah, I mean, I've been anti Alex Grinch all season. I'm not shocked, but I wasn't expecting it.
I thought that this game was super fun. This is a quarterback matchup that we can, as fans, get ready to watch in the NFL in a couple years. I don't think that this is a far from over matchup. I gotta say though, I'm all in on prime time. I think that Colorado is actually a decent team. The transfer portal did what it was supposed to do for them. And you know what? I wasn't going to talk shit online, but I'm going to talk some shit right now. And, someone who used to be in the Boston radio scene made a tweet earlier this week saying that he thought it was selfish that because of Dion and his fandom and whatever, having all these NBA players and rappers and stuff on the sidelines was taking tickets away from family members and whatever. And I think that that's insane because the name of the game in college football is recruitment. And when recruitment goes in a sense that you have all these cool people coming to your game because of Deion Sanders, that helps you. And sure,
Yeah,
family members, it would be cool for them on the field, whatever. I'm sure that some of them still get down there,
yeah.
whatever.
I'm sure the family members are being taken care of
Totally.
fine. It's more the
Exactly.
students that I'm like curious about. Like,
But that's how you get
yeah, that's just
recruits.
college football.
And you know
Like,
what? That's been going on for a long time. And you know how you guys got good this year? Recruiting.
mhm.
Crazy how that works, right?
Transfer portal recruiting specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So shut up.
Yeah, people need to
Like,
relax about that. The whole
ugh,
commentary on and around Dion is one of the most annoying things on the internet right now because nobody knows what they're talking about. They're just
it's
throwing takes because Dion's name will give them
exactly.
interaction.
Yep. That was almost my top two games of the week, but obviously top two games of the week for me were Notre Dame and Duke
Mhm.
and Ole Miss and LSU. Those two games were the cream of the crop this week.
Duke is good,
Notre
man.
Duke is good, but now
Duke is
Riley
good.
Leonard's hurt.
That
And
is sad for them. That's very sad
y-
for them because
yep,
I think
Riley
he was
Leonard
the reason they were having success. But
110%. Notre Dame's defense balled out. Wait for it to go down to the wire yet again. I never thought I would see a day where the Irish were likable, but damn, is this a fucking likable ass team.
yeah.
They are surviving by the skin of their teeth, and they are obviously, as we've seen, a beatable team. They've been beaten, but goddamn, they are, they're like a chihuahua, man. They'll keep biting
Mhm.
your
Oh
ankles.
yeah, they catch you on. I'm not even gonna say catch you on an off week. They could just beat you. They like with how weak not weak, but how like there's weaknesses on every team right now. They could, if they sneak into the playoffs, they could win the national
Totally.
championship.
Totally. And this is my weekly have to say it, Sam Hartman, handsome.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
As far as the Ole Miss stuff, I have to say I'm all in on Jackson Dart. I said this on Twitter. I was really high on him after last week, and I'm even higher on him now. What an upset. What a fun team. He seems kind of insane based off of his online presence, but we all know that I love a
Oh yeah.
toxically insane man. We know that to be
He's
true about
he's
me.
Jackson spelled with an X and an
Exact.
S.
I know. I know. I have to like him. And like, what an absolute offensive showcase this was for
Mhm.
LSU and Ole Miss. Crazy fourth quarter. I don't know about you, but in a college football game, I don't give a fuck about defense. I want it to be as high scoring as possible. That's what makes it fun. Good defense is only fun in the NFL, and it's because the quarterbacks are so good.
Depends on the situation for me. I think certain teams I think play defense really well. Like Ohio State's defense this year, so fun to watch because they're so good at what they're doing right now. But like most of the time, I would agree with
I
you.
want touchdowns in college.
I don't know. I like defense, but I do like touchdowns. I do like betting the over and
Yeah.
hitting the over by like 20 points is always fun.
I like overs in college and unders in the NFL.
I like overs in the NFL too. They're just much rarer.
Um, all right, you have a couple other
Real quick
winners of the
though,
week.
yeah, on for Ole Miss, they're one of my winners of the week. Um, I think that's the biggest win of Lane Kiffin's coaching career. At least at Ole Miss, I don't think there's a bigger win. I don't think he's got a bigger win under his belt than that game.
As a head coach, yeah, just
Yeah,
because when he was in
as head
Florida, yeah,
coach, yeah,
I would
because
agree.
obviously
Yeah.
he's had he probably won a national championship with Alabama, but
Yeah, I would agree with
um,
that.
I think as a head coach, that's his biggest win. Jackson Dart, I'm not, I don't think he's going to take this team competing on a national level.
No,
He's
but he's
really good.
awesome.
He is really good for what they need him to be.
He's so
Um,
fun.
they brought in like two other like starter caliber transfers this year, and he won the job, and he's earned the job. Um, West Virginia is a big winner for me this week. They were a team that Neil Brown was like marked by most as someone who was going to be fired after week three. And he's turned this team into they look like they could win. If all goes well, they would need a lot to go right for them. They could win 10 games, and I wouldn't be overly shocked. But very, very good win for them, beating TCU on the road yesterday. And Alabama's my only other one. They played Mississippi State, and I think they did a lot this game to prove that they're not dead yet. Like
Okay.
they did they look great? No, they still have their weaknesses,
They're
obviously.
not
And
a playoff team for me though.
Mississippi State is like not they're in a down year. They lost Mike Leach in the offseason, rest in peace. And they're kind of in a flux period where they don't really know what their identity is moving forward. But Alabama had a really good win this week, and I don't think they would need a lot to go their way if they were to make the playoffs. But
Yeah, I just don't think they're a
I
playoff team.
I think they would be favored against anybody in the like minus like Georgia, maybe Michigan, Ohio State. I think they would be favored, but over a lot of
I
other
think Notre
teams.
Dame would beat them.
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of lean this agreement, but I think nine, like probably 7 games out of 10, Notre Dame might win. But
Yeah.
the off chance that Alabama could win, it's still there. It's still very possible.
All right, you've got some updated Heisman thoughts.
Yeah, no, I just kind of mentioned it. That was just kind of my Brock Bowers point. I think Brock Bowers should be in the Heisman conversation. Caleb Williams is my clear, I think they want to give it to him. They want to be the first repeating Heisman winner since Archie Griffin. Mike Penix at Washington is having a really good season. Quinn Ewers is in my top four. And then I think JJ McCarthy has played really well. He had a few interceptions against Bowling Green, maybe, which is
I like
rough.
Quinn Ewers a lot.
Quinn Ewers is good. The Alabama one was huge for him and
Yeah,
his
for
Heisman.
sure.
I think he will definitely be invited to New York unless some shit hits the fan with them.
Yeah,
Like
I
they
agree.
could, like if they lose the Red River Shootout this week, maybe things
Drake
change.
May.
I'm not a Drake May believer, believe it or not. Um, I kind of liked Riley Patterson more than him up until he got hurt.
Riley Leonard.
Um, the Duke quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, you said Riley Patterson. He's the kicker for the
Who's Riley
Lions.
Patterson? Oh, hell
He's the
yeah,
kicker for the
brother.
Lions.
Let's go. No, yeah, Riley Leonard.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, he was balling, dude. I need to look up what's going on with him.
Yeah, I
Any other
think it's a
college
high
football
ankle
thoughts?
sprain. I think it's a high ankle sprain, and he'll miss a few weeks, but I think he'll be fine.
Any other college football thoughts?
No, I'm all set.
Any closing thoughts?
No, I see you got something though.
My closing thought is Gerard Mayo for head coach. Bow, 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 bow. That's all I got. Thanks for listening to Tequila Tuesdays. Keep on sipping, y'all, and we'll see you on Saturday, hopefully with Haley.